Yukari's room at the dormitory.
Yes, who is it?
It's me.
Oh.
I'm just sitting around in my ugly clothes.
You don't stop by very often, Senpai. Is something wrong?
No, I just wanted to talk.
Aw, are you feeling lonely?
Hey, are you teasing me?
No. Well, maybe just a little. I wonder what this Nyx is like. Hey, do you think it's inside Tartarus?
I have no idea.
Oh, by the way, I've made my decision. I want to fight to the end. It's better than doing nothing. That's why you're here, isn't it, Senpai? To talk about our decision?
I guess it is.
You're so easy to read.
I've made my decision as well. Kirijo is making great strides to turn itself around. After I graduate, I plan to assume leadership of the group and continue where my father left off. I cannot turn back now, even if I wanted to.
But what if you die?
If I die defeating Nyx, then the Kirijo group will have to continue on without me. But I am confident they would fulfill my wishes.
Ryoji said Nyx can't be defeated, but I kinda wonder about that. I don't think our special member can be killed either.
I agree. Death dwelled within her, amplifying her abilities, though she was exceptional to begin with.
She's been burdened with so much, and she's still so cheerful all the time. I feel like it's because of her that I've been able to get through all this. Maybe all this fighting isn't so bad. I at least got the best friends of my life out of the deal.
You're right.
You know, if things don't work out, I think I'll still be okay as long as I'm with everyone. Honestly, it doesn't matter whether or not we die. All that matters is that we're proud of how we lived. And I'd be proud if we decided to fight Nyx.
Does your decision have anything to do with your father?
A little. But it's more about me and how I feel.
I understand.
Senpai, when we were in Kyoto, you asked me to stand by your side. Do you remember?
Yes, I remember. We will fight together, Yukari.
Together.
Oh, look how horribly scared they are. They're so scared. I've been waiting. I finished my story and wanted to show it to you. Akinari wears a calm smile. As you know, I was having a lot of trouble with the ending, but I finally figured it out. Since the alligator ate his friend, the bird, he cried and cried for a very long time. In fact, he was so sad that he drowned in his own tears. His tears became a beautiful lake around which grew beautiful flowers and a tree with delicious fruit. The other animals in the forest came there often to relax, but none of them knew the alligator had created it or that he was gone. The end. That's the ending I decided on. Even though the alligator did not find meaning in his life, the residents of the forest did. They just didn't realize it. Because the meaning of my life is not something I should worry about. It's really what others think of my life or what I was able to do for them. So for me, or you, or anyone, the meaning of our lives is something that we make but don't see. People can't survive without help from others. We all depend on one another. I don't know if that made sense, but do you kind of get what I'm saying? I'm glad. This is the notebook I wrote my story in. It's all I have to leave behind. I wanted you to have something, since you shared my last moments. Obtained worn notebook. Akinari stood up. My body feels lighter. Thank you for everything. Coming to see me, talking, even discussing the meaning of life. I can be glad that I was born. You can understand Akinari's kindness. Your relationship is stronger now. I have to go now. Kotone, maybe someday, I hope we meet again. Akinari disappeared into the afternoon sunlight. He was a ghost all along. He gripped his notebook tightly and decided to head back to the dorm.
Oh, hey!
Agus is getting repaired at the lab, in case you were wondering where she is. Nobody mentions her! Exam results. Whoa. What a surprise. Okay.
Right, let's begin. Toho Kami Emitama. Today we'll finally talk about magic right here in Japan. Though I'm sure you think you're familiar with it already, you probably aren't. The view that magic is a dubious subculture is becoming more common. But what is swept into the corners of society today was once central to Japan. It could even be said that magic was invented in Japan. After all, Himiko of Yamataikoku was a shaman. She reportedly used magic called Kido to control the country. Sadly, we have no way of knowing what kind of sorcery that was. The same is true for Prince Shotoku, who established a centralized government. He practiced onmyodo, so in a sense he was also a shaman. With origins like this, magic was naturally woven into the very fabric of Japan. In the Heian period, for example, the Bureau of Onmyo was established for onmyoji to expel evil spirits and give spiritual advice. You may be familiar with that from the legend of Abe no Seimei. Even in the age of the samurai, magicians played their part. Many generals who studied divination and military tactics could be considered magicians. Are you all listening? Don't become mesmerized now. I'll test to see how closely you've been paying attention. Get it wrong, and you'll hear more taboo phrases. Toho Kami Emitama. Who to call on? Ah, Kotone, I ask thee. What sorcery was Himiko said to have used? Very good. Thank your Kotodama for that one. The trend of tying magic to the people continued to the Edo period, but the new government formed during the Meiji Reformation stamped it out. Tsuchimikado Shinto, which had been revived during the Edo period, faded away.
Let's finish Akihiko's. If you want, do you want to come to my room? Dorm, Akihiko's room.
Sorry, there's nowhere to sit except the floor.
There's a chair right
Maybe
there.
I have a cushion somewhere. Oh, you want something to drink? Yeah, I guess I should. Is this better?
Akihiko seems a little flustered.
My room doesn't weird you out, does it? You think so? Huh, that's good.
Akihiko seems relieved.
Though, I guess that means it's me, not my room, that's weird. This is all new for me. Well, hey, don't tease me.
Akihiko turns bright red.
I wanted to give you this today. Will you take it?
Obtained rabbit doll.
Don't you think it looks like you? What's with that face? It looks just like you. There was a time when I thought I was just seeing Miki in you. But when I bought that, I knew then that wasn't the case. Passing by toy stores always made me think of Miki, but I still kept trying to forget her. I didn't want to face what happened. I kept telling myself I was doing everything I could. Then when I saw that in the store, your face was the first thing that popped into my mind. And And then I thought about Miki. I thought about her smiling. If it hadn't been for you, I might never have gotten over it. I would have just pretended that I did. Whether things have been painful or happy, or sad, you've always been there for me. You should know that if you're ever going through hard times, I'll be there for you, too. From now on, we have each other. I hope you don't mind me saying this, but...
Kitone.
You mean a lot to me. I love you.
Akihiko has honestly confided in you how he feels. You sense a strong bond with Akihiko.
I wonder how things would have gone if you hadn't come here. I mean, Port Island in general, not this room. Don't think I'm gonna lose control or anything because I let you in here. Oh, come on, don't laugh like that.
Kitone.
You're the only one I can act this way around. Would you mind calling me Aki? Come on, let me hear how it sounds.
Yeah, that's what Shinji called you.
Thanks. I'll be sure to make you happy. In time, I hope you can find even more about me to love.
You spent a long time with Akihiko.
Oh, there you are.
Today is December 21st. There are less than 10 days until New Year's Eve. But for some reason, I'm not scared at all. Well, maybe I'm scared a little. But I'm still gonna fight. Win or lose, I'm gonna give it my all. I'm going to the store. Ruff, ruff, ruff. Koromaru, stop it! Stop licking me! It tickles! Phew, I can see my breath. Katone-san, aren't you cold? Do you want to use my jacket? It might be a bit small, though. The promised day is almost here. I'm not going to run anymore. I want you to know that. You spoke with Ken for a while. Rough. It seems Koromaru is done playing. Oh, welcome back, Koromaru. Ah, quit it! I told you to stop licking me. Come on, let's go home. And this is the only human that wanders into Tartarus.
It's chilly today. Ayeth Gadol Leolam Adonai. Miss Onishi left earlier today, so I'll be teaching today in her place. I think today we'll learn about near-death experiences. There's no real reason for it, they've just been on my mind. Now, a near-death experience is defined as something an individual experiences just before death. Is it true insight into the afterlife, or simply a trick of the brain? Opinions vary, but it is true that near-death experiences have been a hotly debated topic for some time. There are a few surviving records of ancient near-death experiences. According to the writings of Plato, a resuscitated soldier experienced the afterlife as a spirit. A similar incident was reported in Japan by ethnologist Kunio Yanagita in the Tono Monogatari. Psychologist Carl Jung wrote that in his own near-death experience he saw a vision of the Earth from afar. I'm sure you've heard your own stories from famous or infamous individuals. I have a few first-hand reports with me today. Let me read you some of them. I felt as if my soul was detached from my body. I met a friend who had already passed away. I saw my whole life flashing before my eyes. I saw the most brilliant light. I was bathed in light. I experienced complete and total happiness. This is called euphoria. These kinds of reports are typical. Some have attempted to make direct recordings of near-death experiences. Researcher Kenneth Ring has tried to quantify near-death experiences with the weighted core experience index. Modern efforts have led to a new theory of near-death experiences, which goes like so. If an individual who is dying denies that fact, he eventually realizes that death is a reality that he must accept and becomes angry. As a result, he'll try to do anything he can to extend his life. But the futility of this leads to depression. In the end, he accepts his fate. Although we may initially deny death, we'll accept it in the end. That's just how we humans are. Is everyone listening? It's not every day you hear a lesson like this. How about a little test to prove you were listening? Get it wrong, and memories of your life at school would disappear. Atha Gabor Leolam Adonai? Did you misspell Adonai? Who should I pick? Alright, Katone, I ask thee. What is the feeling of happiness in a near-death experience called? Good work. That is correct. You'll have a happy school life. Some people say a near-death experience awakens one's higher consciousness. Whether or not that's true, there is an observably lower fear of death in those who have already been through one. Perhaps this is because near-death experiences are surprisingly free of pain and suffering. But this is not to say I'd want any of you to seek one out. Use the time you have here wisely, okay? That's all for today. Class is dismissed.
Gekkokan High School, Library. Mitsuru has a languid expression on her face. We only have a short time to be together like this. Soon we'll be looking back nostalgically on these times. I'm just tired. There's no need for you to worry. Mitsuru seems annoyed. Why did I get a boost? Since my father passed away, I've been faced with many difficult problems. My inheritance, the future of Kirijo, and the expectations of everyone involved with both. Most likely, I won't be able to attend college or begin a profession. I will have to find another path. Mitsuru looks unusually timid. Say, Shiomi, what are your thoughts on marriage? You're so straightforward. Mitsuru seems happy. However, I'm a Kirijo. I cannot simply make a decision according to my emotions. An agreement between two parties such as marriage must be carefully considered. This is what I think. Marriage is a social contract. You are not just linked body and soul, you are linked to each other's social backgrounds as well. My parents' marriage was arranged for strategic reasons, but as time passed, they slowly grew to love each other. I don't consider them unfortunate. Love comes in all different forms. Do you disagree? What boyfriend? You should know that I don't have one. We're living under the same roof, aren't we? I'm not very good at romantic relationships. Besides, I don't have any spare time to devote to another. Mitsuru seems offended. I can't believe the library is closing and we're still here. Talking in the library. I'm not setting a very good example as student council president. We should go. You listened to Mitsuru as she talked about her personal problems. You feel that you understand her better now. You left the library and decided to return to the dorm. Naganaki Shrine. I love the air here. It's nice and cool in the morning, and in the afternoon the sun's bright and it smells like nature. But I especially like it at night. It's quiet. It makes me feel like I can be true to my own feelings. Ken smiles peacefully. I had some homework a while back. We were supposed to write an essay about our dreams for the future. I couldn't think of anything to write about, though. The teacher got angry and made me stay after class, but I still couldn't come up with anything. I really couldn't think of a single thing I dreamed of. but my teacher said that I had to turn it in right then, so I wrote that I wanted to be a soccer player, because that's what the guy next to me wrote. Ken nimbly scales the jungle gym. Come up here, Katone-san. The sky's a little closer up here. You climb the jungle gym and sat next to Ken. I figured out why I couldn't say anything about what my dreams for the future are. It's probably because I've never thought about myself like that. I didn't care about the future. But you made me realize that. You didn't treat me like a kid or take pity on me. You listened to what I had to say. I don't simply wish to become an adult anymore. It all depends on how I become one. Yes, I need to go at my own pace, right? Ken smiles. If you can stay by my side and watch over me, I'll be happy. Ken blushes a little. You feel like your bond with Ken has grown stronger. If you don't mind, can we visit the shrine before we head back? I want to pray for everyone's safety. You're all important to me, after all. You and Ken spent some time at the shrine before returning to the dorm together. Today's the Emperor's birthday, there's no school. Tatsumi Port Island's back alley.
I thought you were gonna go visit your mother's grave.
Oh, hi, Sonata-san.
Is this where you should be?
Well, I was planning to, but when I thought about what I was gonna say to her, it just didn't feel right. There are things I still need to do before I talk to her again.
Yeah, same here. I don't have anything I need to tell Shinji right now. I have my own stuff to deal with.
An undefeatable enemy, huh? Gosh, wonder what it's like.
You got me. But it doesn't matter, because I've made up my mind. I'm gonna look it straight in the eyes.
Straight in the eyes. I like the sound of that. You can count me in too.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Hello?
There are 8 more days until New Year's Eve. Have you made up your mind yet, Katone-san? Well, I have. I'm going to fight. When I thought about it, I realized that there really wasn't a choice to be made. I don't want to have to tell my mom and Shinjiro-san that we failed. Ruff, ruff, ruff. It's pretty cold today, too. Shouldn't you be wearing something warmer? If you're cold, tell me. The city's getting pretty lively around this time of year. I never looked forward to Christmas before. And yet now, man, it feels strange. Everything's changed, all thanks to you. What's up with me? Akihiko looks happy. Rough. It seems Koromaru is done playing. Welcome back, Koromaru. Let's head home. Hey, you're shivering. Come on, give me your hand. You decide to go back to the dorm with Koromaru and you left your boyfriend there.
Today is December 24th, Christmas Eve. It's an important day in Europe and America. Although unlike in Japan, December 25th, Christmas Day is even more important. Do you all know why we celebrate Christmas in the first place? In Japan, Christmas Eve is just a day for couples to spend time together and give gifts.
Are you free tonight? I'll come get you after school. And if you say no, you get to hang out with Fuka and Yukari. But Mitsuru isn't even available today, so. Akihiko came to get you. Let's get going. The female students in the class are squealing and cooing over Akihiko's presence. You followed Akihiko out under their intense stares. You have come to Polonia Mall with Akihiko. Wow, this is impressive. The Bologna Mall looks pretty fancy with all this stuff up. Today's a special day after all. Akihiko is a bit embarrassed. Hey look, there are decorations over there too. Let's go see. You walk around and enjoy the lights with Akihiko. I've dragged you around enough. Let's have a seat. I have a present for you. Obtain music box. You can use this in the middle of battle to restore your SP, and I believe you can keep using it. I've never had to pick out something like this before. So, never mind. Will you give a gift? Yeah, I'll give him that scarf. You got me one too? This is for me? This is a bit cute for me, don't you think? Well, you made it, so I'll take it. There's nothing wrong with a gift like this, after all. Akihiko seems to love your gift. Christmas never meant much to me. In fact, it was more painful than anything. The town might get all lit up, but Santa never visited me. He came for Miki, of course. But this year, he gave me a gift too. You shared a tender moment with Akihiko. It's already pretty late. About that present I gave you, you can open it and put stuff inside. The saleswoman said it's for storing jewelry. I think I'll give you something new to put in it every year. Don't make that face to me. What? Are you cold? Your ears are like ice. You want to come over to my room?
Merry Christmas.
You spent time with Akihiko until night fell.
Where have you been?
Today's December 25th, huh? All this talk about death and fate in town? Talk about a non-romantic Christmas. Christmas will be better next year. That's right, next year. We're not gonna let the world end. I want to get some rubies. I mean, we're here to get the missing person. But I guess I'll just start from 171 since I'm gonna try to get rubies as well. What? What? Oh, sorry. It's Christmas and we're in Tartarus.